Hello, hello. Welcome to UCLA Radio. This is DJ Adderall Spritz, and I'm here with the lovely band GUPPY. If you guys want to introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Jay from GUPPY.
Hi, this is Ian from GUPPY.
Hi, this is Marc from GUPPY.
Hey there, it's Kabir from GUPPY.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. This has been a long time coming. We've met through multiple mediums, so it's been really cool to finally kind of like come full circle with y'all and finally have you guys in the studio. Is the studio up to your liking? Like,
It's beautiful.
Yes.
I love it here.
Yes. Okay, so I don't usually do this, but I want to do a little icebreaker. I wanted to know what y'all's Spotify Wrapped were, your top artists,
Oh, God. All right.
Let me pull
so I
it
can
up.
judge y'all.
Good question.
Yeah, I mean, my top artist was The Magnetic Fields, but I think more notably than that, my number one song was Never Let You Go by Third Eye Blind.
Yes,
That is notable.
Blind.
I love Third Eye Blind.
Ian, who else was in your top 5 for artists?
Who else?
Yeah.
I would have to pull it up. Honestly, I was shocked that Hello Goodbye wasn't in there, because I feel like that's all I listened to.
All right, so I got mine here. I was on a big country kick for a lot of this year.
Okay.
So Sturgill Simpson is my number one artist.
Mm-hmm.
And then hilariously GUPPY is my number 2.
No, artists have that though because they listen to their own stuff. Like that makes sense. I've heard other artists say that they're.
You got to be your
one
own
of the
biggest
top.
fan, right?
Yeah, exactly. Support yourself.
And then number 3, Illuminati Hotties.
Yes.
Shout out.
Shout out Sarah.
Yes.
Great friend, great producer. Number 4, John Prine.
Mm-hmm.
And number 5, Steely Dan.
Wow, Steely Dan.
Beautiful.
Yours are good, Mark.
Classic.
You were grooving.
So I'm going to go with my Apple Music replay. Shout out Apple Music listeners. Number 1 was my own band, Sunkin. Of course. Number 2 was Howdy with 2 V's.
Yes.
One of my favorite albums of the year. Number 3, quite hilariously, was Howard Shore, composer of the Lord of the Rings soundtrack. Because my friend and I were playing Magic the Gathering and we listened to Howard Shore for 288 minutes. Number 4, MGMT. Great new album this year.
Mm. Oh my gosh, I forgot that one came out this year.
And number 5, Sen Morimoto. Amazing Chicago-based artist.
Shout out Chicago.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, mine is extremely 2024 in that my top 3 artists are Doechii, Clairo, and Charlie XCX. So cliche much. But then my 4th is Food House and my 5th is The Beach Boys.
Oh my gosh,
Nice.
Food House.
Yes.
Nice.
Dude, mine just like really puts me out as like an adult pop punk listener. It's like number 1 is The Magnetic Fields, normal. Number 2 is Say Anything. Number 3 is Chris Farron. Number 4 is Antarctigo Vespucci. And number 5 is The Matches. These are all just like bands that I listened to in like
Beautiful.
middle school and high school.
Beautiful, gorgeous
No,
stuff.
have a little nostalgia. Like,
That's all I have.
Shout out Chris Farron.
yes.
It's all we have these days.
No, literally, literally. No, yeah, I think mine was like Stinky. Like I had Machine Girl as first, and then I had like Wednesday Always, which I was playing, and Mannequin Pussy. Oh, I love them so much.
so
I
good.
like have my tote bag out there. I love them so much. And then Tyler the Creator because of his new album. So me and my friends have been going crazy on that. So, but I don't know if y'all are Last FM people.
Yes.
Yes.
Love Last FM.
Yes.
Way better than rap.
No,
Way better than
literally,
replay.
I'm like, because it goes from like the year to the year and you get it in the New Year's. I'm like, that's how it should be. Like, I don't understand why they don't do that.
I'm about to age myself, but I have my Last FM stats since 2006.
Whoa.
Yeah, I also,
No way.
Yeah, I don't use it anymore, but I used it in like middle school and high school.
It was a thing then?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Way
I guess
back then.
I'm not pretentious enough for that, I guess. Oh my gosh. That's like actually crazy. Holy shit. Well, thank you so much for that because I wanted to dive into y'all's. And I was curious if one of you guys had GUPPY on yours.
Shout out, shout out.
Yeah,
2
shout
of
out.
us even.
Yes. But no, thank you so much. I also wanted to know, so you guys released did you guys release it this year, American? Something is
Happening, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
May this year.
Yeah, how was that? How was like the whole reception to that and everything? I know that's kind of like it's been gone, but I just was curious. Like, I don't know, for our listeners, like, how do you conceptualize that album for like someone who like hasn't heard of y'all and that album in particular, and then like how has it been received and everything?
Yeah, I mean, I'll say it's been really awesome. Like when we first released the album, we had our friend Katie, who is in a band called Pacing, do this like really amazing write-up where I felt like so seen by it. She like, it was just like really intricate deep dives into everything, and I was like, okay, love that.
Like, fuck it up.
And I feel like it's been a lot of that. Like it's a more introspective album than our last album, Big Man Says Slappy Do, which is more like a raucous, like fun time. Which this album, like Something Is Happening, still has that energy, but it just like has more quiet moments and more range, I would say. So it was a little like nerve-wracking putting that out, I think, of just being like, sometimes we're quiet. Sometimes we're normal.
Like,
and chill.
newsflash, y'all. Sometimes we're different.
Sometimes we're a little emo.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think it's been really awesome. It's interesting because we haven't really toured this album a ton.
That's what I noticed. Yeah.
We've just like for personal life reasons haven't been able to like go on too many long tours. But we are gonna do some dates in the end of February, beginning of March, opening for Mac Seal. So that's gonna be awesome.
Oh, sick.
And yeah, I'm really excited to see the reception like live.
Yes, it's completely different. Absolutely.
Totally.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's
So
one.
that'll be.
There's a song on the album Texting and Driving, which last year was like New York Times covered it. Fantano talked
I
about
remember,
it.
yes.
Which was pretty cool. It's the first time that I've experienced something like that.
Yeah, and I think, even though we only played 4 shows to promote the album, we played one in New York, one in Boston, and then here and up in SF. And it's definitely, playing the album in full was like a definitely a different vibe. Still tons of energy on it, but there are more like down, more like kind of getting your feels moments on this album for sure. So it was interesting to like do that push and pull for the live show and see the crowd's reaction to it. I think it's been it'll be exciting to get to play more of those songs and see what kind of lands in different places.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you guys feel like it's resonated with your audience a little bit more because it seems like, I guess, more vulnerable, question mark?
I think people have told me at least about like specific moments which felt like surprising. I feel like our friend Livy was talking to us about the range that Jay was talking about, how it just, we go to more places. It was my first album that I played on for Guppy, so
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think that it's been well received. I think it's interesting, like some of it is maybe age, like we're getting older, so and so are our fans. So we're all like, hey, something's different about being 24 than being 27 or something.
something's happening.
Yeah, I was going to say something quite literally is happening.
Yes, literally, and it's
Literally.
time. It's the passage of time. But also, yeah, it felt like this sort of like coming out of I don't know, like literally the title track, Something Is Happening, is a song about writing a song. So in that way, it felt like having the perspective of making music for, 7 years with the same people, like that's kind of what led to the being able to write this album. It's like something I don't think we could have done even a couple years ago, just because we didn't have all of that experience that kind of like went into this album, which was like, yeah, us wanting to explore different genre styles, things like that, but also just like different themes.
Yeah, there's a few songs that are about us playing in a band. Like there's a song about being on tour and eating candied pecans.
Yeah, I think it's just like generally an album that I don't know. I think at the same time, we definitely got deeper, but we also made Texting and Driving and Candy Pecans, and like I think for us it was like we always want to have that thing that is goofy and that is like this is supposed to be us making art with our friends, and I think that those songs like that's the core of what Guppy can be. But same with that emotional stuff. I think that's what Jay's always been so great at, is towing the line of like making you burst out laughing like 3 seconds before you start crying kind of thing. And I think that that's kind of the tightrope we like to walk a little bit. And I think we found that groove and found that place a little better or a little more in depth on this album for sure.
Yeah, because I was definitely gonna kind of leading into all that, like good lead in, talking about, because like when I listen to y'all's band and stuff like that, it's definitely giving like class clown vibes. Like, oh, they're so goofy, silly. Like, they're, the teacher's pissed off at them. But like, I just like was wondering, how do you do that transition from more goofy to serious, and like have people like not expect people to like take you more seriously, but like have like be able to be more receptive to that and be like, oh, like we're not just this, guys. Like class clowns have feelings too and everything. Like they can be sad. I don't know, like was it like weird going to more serious, or like
I mean, I think a lot of the ethos of our band is that like it's about our relationship to each other and our friendship, where we're like, like once this band stops being fun, that's when we stop being a band. But in order to genuinely have fun with each other and like be able to be on the road for weeks at a time and spend all this time together, there are moments that have to be serious and moments where you have to be vulnerable. And you have to be able to go to your bandmates and be like, hey, like, I'm not feeling like being goofy today. Like, I'm feeling down today, and I need you guys to all be here for this. And with that practice, and yeah, like we've said, we couldn't have written this album a few years ago because now we've had a few tours under our belts. We've spent more time together. And yeah, we've had more of that practice where we've had to actually like really be able to trust our bandmates with vulnerability. And I really feel that in writing a lot of these songs, Jay was bringing us really vulnerable moments, really vulnerable lyrics, and had to really be able to trust us to hold that. And yeah, the fun couldn't exist without that trust. And so I think that it plays together in that way.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I feel like, and that's, even going back, like that's always felt like a natural approach to songwriting for me because, it's like you want to kind of get at this universal truth, or like say something about how you're feeling, which in itself is just a vulnerable act. And it's always felt like, I don't know, like why not make it a little silly? Like I've always felt like vulnerability and silliness are very intrinsically tied.
Okay.
Yeah, play.
I think that's totally on point.
What'd you say, Marc?
I think that's totally on point. I think like they live in the same place, right? Like in order to be silly with somebody, you have to be able to also be sad with them. Like that's true vulnerability. It's like same for a dog, you want to get your belly rubbed. You have to trust that person the same as if like, I don't know, you want them to feed you,
Yeah,
like,
that's so
they're
true
classic
though.
Mucky Moo metaphor.
Yeah, so I think that's it's all about vulnerability. It's all about loving your friends and trusting people to lift you up.
Yeah, I think I joined the band in 2021, and just as a newcomer, I've felt that a lot. Like, there's a lot of space to play in Guppy, but there's also a lot of space to just like say how you're feeling, and they really are two sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm like holding on to I'm like thinking of the holding space. Like when you said space, I'm like, holding space for Guppy's vulnerability right now. Oh my god.
We're all holding each other's
We
hands.
are.
Yeah, literally like
How it feels.
but you guys are being vulnerable, so I understand that. No, that's amazing. I think it's such a beautiful thing to be so vulnerable, and like to be able to laugh with that too, like is such a nice, like, I don't know, a nice feeling. So I love that for y'all. I also wanted to jump a little bit into the visual aspects because I really thought your visual art was really pretty for your latest album, and especially I think you guys like had like vinyl colors too, right? Like I eat that up. Like I'm a 8-year-old. Like I love like the different vinyl colors. So I was like, oh, I gotta get one. Like, but I was like wondering like what the process was for that, and if you guys did it or a friend did it, etc.
Yeah. So I'll speak to that. I reached out to my friend Reed. Reed Hexamer. They're a visual artist.
Huge shout out.
Based out of Edinburgh. And they are a painter, and they actually painted the album art for our first full-length album, In Heat, which is like a sort of like picture of us. So we've worked with them before, and with the visuals of this album, I don't know why, I was like, I really want it to be a horse. Horses are not mentioned on the album. Well, American Cowboy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought that made sense.
But no one said the word horse.
I was gonna say, I don't know if there's anything about a horse in the song itself. I think
Just
about-
vibe-wise.
but-
Yeah.
Just horsing around.
horse
Like,
vibes.
I was like,
you guys gotta
something-
pick it up.
Horses are kind of big right now.
True.
Yes, Horse Girl. For
Horses are
example.
Horses have always
Yeah.
been big. I just
Yeah.
wanna put that out there.
Sorry.
Some of us weren't Horse Girl.
They're
I don't
large
really get
animals.
close to them, so I don't know how big they are.
Yeah, I think I said something when we were on tour, or I don't know. I said this at one point where I was like, it's like when you get on the horse, you hop on the horse and you got to ride on out, but the horse is your body and the out is your soul.
Whoa. Whoa there.
Sorry, too deep?
Yeah, no, I'm like
We were
processing that right
silent.
now. Like, that's crazy. Yeah.
We didn't know what to say.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Wow. Beautiful.
Yeah, we pretty much just like sent them the album, and we were like, this is like the kind of vibe we're going for. Jay was like, I want a
I
horse.
see.
We were like, it's open. We gave them like minor direction, and we were like, take this where you feel.
We knew we wanted a little fire on there.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
wanted a little fire moment, like sunset, something intense but open.
Oh my God.
What?
Sorry, if we're talking about visuals, this is something unfortunately we cannot, we don't have a picture or a video of, but we just all have in our memory shared, which is on tour. We passed
Like an 18-wheeler.
an 18-wheeler like in a field that was completely engulfed in flames, and I don't think anyone was in it, so
Whoa.
like pretty sure it was okay, but it was like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
No,
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Me and Kabir both had a moment where we like took our phones out to take a picture, and then we were like, actually, I don't want to do that. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know.
I don't
the
need a
scenario.
picture of
Yeah,
this.
but it was so serene at the same time. It was like
Yeah, it
terrifying,
Was,
but
it was
just-
arresting.
It's
Yeah.
it's that thing where you know it's something is happening, but there's nothing you can do about it.
Uh-huh.
Like I think
You can
it's
only
that
accept
feeling
it.
where your soul's just like, wow, there it is. It's just there.
That literally is holding space.
Wow. Wait, where'd you guys say it was at?
Somewhere
On the five. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So still in
In
LA.
California.
Okay.
Between
Sorry,
the
as you
bay
can tell,
and
I'm not
here.
from here.
Yeah, it was like somewhere between here and San Francisco, and like that stretch of land that's all farmland and just like wide open fields
yeah.
and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's
That's
freaky.
amazing.
Somewhere
Wow.
near the Kettleman City rest stop for our
Shout out
road
In-N-Out,
warriors
yeah.
out there.
Well, that like must be so like fun. Like, how does someone visualize your album and like getting it like in the mail or where? I guess not the mail, but wherever, and being like, wow, like that's how you picture it. And like
Yeah.
that's even interesting because like that's not from y'all. Well, you guys gave some direction, but like that's not from y'all's mind. And like even like, is that how someone else perceives the album? And like maybe that's how audiences perceive the album even. And just like seeing like interesting to see how the audience takes that visual and put it into like the songs and stuff like that. Did you guys like do any? I apologize, I did not study up on your music videos, but did you guys do any music videos for this album?
No,
we didn't.
we haven't done a music video in a grip. I don't even remember.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
was
the
it?
last one?
Is it literally? It's not Hollywood Rejection. It's
No,
not
If I
Wanted
if
To.
I
Wanted
wanted to, yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was our last
We don't have
album
many.
cycle. Yeah, music videos are just, they're awesome. And like, it is really cool. I do love working with people who make art in other mediums like painting or video
Yeah.
art because, yeah, it is like, take this concept, like listen to the album and then I want to see how you interpret the
Yeah.
vibe and you get so much out of that. But at the same time, making music videos is really time consuming and expensive.
Yeah.
Similar,
I can imagine.
yeah, similar to touring,
Yes.
but at least you can make money when touring. You don't really make money from
Yeah.
a music video.
Well, and we don't have to pay people who, like, we don't have to pay other people when we go on tour. We just
Yeah.
have to, like, get from place to place and
We
have
have
a
to pay
place
the
to
band.
stay
We just have to
and
keep
pay for
ourselves
gas and
alive.
food.
Yeah.
We don't have to, like, help someone make a living. And, I think if we want to shoot a music video, that's also, like, we want to be able to pay the people we work with, too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Respect them and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even like the van and stuff must be a lot. I feel like I'm just like remembering the Spirit of the Beehive incident. If you guys remember that,
Yeah.
that was crazy.
Yeah.
I felt terrible. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was, they got robbed. Was that what?
Yeah.
They got like their van stolen
Right.
and like
And the
they-
trailer too, right?
Yeah, so like all their shit. So they had to do like crowdfunding, and thankfully they got the money
They
for
got
it
it
because
back, yeah.
I think it got big. Like, I think people were like pushing it and stuff like that in a good way. So
Yeah, that happens like so much. Like I saw
Really?
a sports team just got their van broken into in
Wow.
Oakland. Like like every few months, I feel like I see something come across Instagram where it's like, hey, our van got broken into. Jules and the Rollers had some of their stuff
Yeah.
stolen on tour too. Like it's really common, which is like we are very meticulous about bringing, and like since we don't have a trailer full of stuff, this is easier for us. But we bring everything inside every time we unload.
Good.
And
We don't leave the car with the gear alone for a second.
Yeah, I'm
And
very
Yeah.
paranoid.
a lot of that
about
is Kabir's influence, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, Kabir is like, there has to be like 2 people out here. But yeah, it's like we stay up late to bring everything in and wake up early to bring everything out before we go because like,
It's just not worth it.
yeah, we just can't. Like,
Okay,
risk-
did you hear that, robbers? We take it all out. It's not in there.
Do you
If
hear
you
that?
see
People
us-
who want to break into our van, there's nothing in there.
Yeah.
Literally not one
No,
item.
it's like the San Francisco people putting like the stuff on their windows. Like, guys, there's nothing valuable in here. Please,
Yeah,
this is
literally.
my 6th break-in. Like, guys.
Leave your windows rolled down.
Yeah.
It's
No,
safer.
Yeah.
No, literally.
Literally all
Definitely
the
in
people
the
that I was
Bay.
just talking about, it was all in the Bay where
Yeah.
all their stuff got broken
Yes,
into.
right.
And I used to live in the Bay, so that's where it's coming from.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yep.
like actually so scary.
And I'm trying to start rumors that on tour we have guns.
Oh my god.
We do not.
We
That
don't
is
have a gun.
That
We
is
don't,
not
but we
even
could
a-
go to
it's
the
not even a
library and 3D
rumor.
print one.
It's not even a rumor.
In the night of indisposed, yes.
None of us live in Glendale anymore, so we don't have access to that 3D printer because we can't get library cards.
Oh,
That's not
my
true.
roommate has a 3D printer.
And I still have a library card to the Glendale Library.
Oh, okay.
Right,
Let's
right,
actually make
right,
our plan
right.
on
They
air.
know.
So, so the FBI knows.
JK Feds, JK Feds.
yeah. Post it, make this
We're actually
post if
called
you're kidding.
GUPPY.
Yeah. Oh
The
my
Just
God.
Kidding star.
Yes, that's what I was trying to reference. Yes, that's so funny. Oh my gosh. Sorry, now I lost my train of thought. So is touring like one of your favorite pastimes? Like that's kind of like a weird pastime, but like, yeah, like
Oh,
I actually
thank
think
you.
you're gonna be very weird if you say yes. But no.
I love tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, tour is it's a pain in the ass, but it's totally worth it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's and I mean that in like a good way when I say it's a pain in the ass, just because you got to get up and move every day. But like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I like we were saying earlier, I think we're lucky where we actually enjoy each other's company and like
Huge.
like spending time with each other and also know how to take space from each other because that's a big part of it too. Is like
Yeah, of course.
sometimes day 10 of the tour, you're like, all right, I just want to go stand in like a corner by myself for 10 minutes and
Yeah,
not
overstimulated.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, okay, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw,
Get
that's
away.
so nice though that you guys respect each other's space. Like bare minimum, honestly.
Yeah,
Also, me, Kabir, and Jay all live here in LA, but Marc's in New York. So for the most part, like, we don't get to see Marc a ton. Like, we see him
Aw.
when we're playing shows. But then when we go on tour, we get to spend all this time with Marc, which is just lovely.
That's the only reason why we tour.
A gift.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's so
no.
cute.
Tour's amazing, and
Yeah.
all the people you get to see out there. You know, I think that's my favorite thing about tour is like you just kind of realize that there's good people everywhere.
Yeah.
And obviously there's bad people everywhere too. But you know, for the most part, you know, we've been lucky that like we've met some really amazing people out there and gotten a lot of love from places I don't think we necessarily expected it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's really cool to, like, go to all of these places where, like, there's no reason I would be there otherwise. Like, driving through Wyoming, I'm like, wow, Wyoming is the most beautiful place I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, playing a show in the middle of Ohio, like, there's no reason I'd ever be in Ohio. Going through... I'm just being
Oh.
Playing Omaha, Nebraska at that place where the sound booth was in the middle of the floor.
That was beautiful.
Whoa.
Where the bomb sandwiches across the street.
Yes,
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember. Going to a lot of places where, like, there's just no opportunity for us to be there otherwise, but, like, really appreciating how huge this country is, how many different kinds of people there are, and just how much
right?
there is to see. Like, it's really lucky to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also crazy that there's Guppy fans everywhere.
Yeah.
That must be
So
surreal,
crazy.
honestly. Yeah.
It is. I'm from Atlanta, and I was home in Atlanta over Thanksgiving, and I was at a bar, and someone outside was like, "Oh, are you in Guppy?" I was like, "Yeah, do you know it?"
Whoa.
I was
Recognized.
like, "Okay, Guppy gang, Guppy nation."
I was gonna. Okay. I have a question after that, but yeah. Yeah, no, that must be so cool, honestly. Like, and honestly, you guys are at the nice part of fame where it's not like you guys still go out and like chill.
Fame, yeah.
I'm always
We can definitely-
mobbed.
We can
Yeah.
definitely still go out.
It's still enjoyable to be
Yeah,
recognized.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know, like the bigger people.
Yes.
It's just like that becomes their whole life. But yeah, I actually was wondering. I was like, when I was like listening to the album, walking to the radio station, I was like, what do y'all call your fans? Like, is it Guppy Nation? Is it Gupsters? Like, what is it?
Oh, they're gruppies? Guppy groupies?
Oh no!
Oh boy.
Shut up.
We did not discuss this beforehand.
No, that hasn't been passed by the board.
We're gonna
Yeah.
we're gonna let our
The council
fans
shall decide.
Yeah.
Minnows, perhaps?
I don't know. I
Okay.
think, yeah.
Krill?
I feel like there's no
That's
fans.
another band.
I feel like we've,
Yeah.
Plankton.
I feel like we're
Microorganism.
I feel like we've always just been like, yeah, it's the Guppy verse. Actually, that's pretty
Okay.
good. Yeah, the Guppy verse, or like,
Guppy's are your friend.
yeah, I was gonna say we've always said like Guppy is my friend. So it's
Oh,
just
yeah,
like,
that's right,
Oh,
seen
those
on
are
your
those are
emails.
just friends that we have. Oh yeah, that's our
Yeah,
email
Guppy
signature.
is your friend. I was like, hell yeah. Oh my gosh, that's actually crazy. Because yeah, I was just like wondering what to put on my Instagram bio, like #1, like Webster or something. So
I think
Yeah.
I think try a few out and come back to us. and
Yeah.
let us
yeah.
know, okay?
Oh, I'll do a
We'll
little
put you in
poll.
charge. of
Yeah,
that.
figure out what
Yeah.
lands, and then we'll pass it out to the fans.
Okay, sounds good. I'll put it on my close friends story. Be like, hey guys, which
Survey.
one sounds the best?
Will you,
Yeah.
Yeah.
will you be our fan liaison?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like, don't even like, yeah, Guppy Nation on Twitter, and like I post like all your like, oh my gosh, like I saw them at this coffee shop. Like, I actually have them on Find My Friends. Like, this is where they're at right now. These are the coordinates. Like,
Jay was in the coffee shop bathroom for 13 minutes.
yeah, literally, like just like live updates of y'all. I think that'd be pretty fun and like pretty like honestly like. Actually, I was gonna say pretty new, but like I think people actually do that. So I actually don't think I'm being a novel at all.
When I was in high school, I'm gonna put myself out as I was a huge Directioner in high school, massive One Direction fan,
Oh my gosh.
and I had a friend who, rest in peace, Liam Payne, by the way.
I was about to say how
Rest in
that
peace.
impacted
Rip,
you.
rip.
It was honestly tough, dude. It was
Really?
kind of crazy, yeah.
No, absolutely.
Liam was never my favorite. I was a Niall guy. Niall was my favorite.
Oh God, yeah.
But I was a huge One Direction fan in high school, and I was part of like a Facebook group that was like One Direction fans, and there was one girl in the group who was friends with someone that ran a Where is One Direction Twitter page.
Whoa.
And so I'm from Florida,
Yes.
and I was going to see them in Fort Lauderdale, and this girl was like, everyone thinks One Direction is staying at this hotel. They're staying at another hotel. And these people that I know booked a room there. and they invited me to stay with them, but I was grounded because I had bad grades.
Oh no.
Okay.
Every story you tell me when you're in high school, you're grounded because
I was
bad
grounded because I had bad grades.
Dang.
I just didn't like to do my homework. I think it doesn't make sense.
hate homework.
Yeah, your dog.
But
did.
so my friends stayed at that hotel, and I got a call the next day. They were like, "We saw Liam and Zayn," and that was honestly devastating for me. But now I'm like, you know what? I'm glad I wasn't there because that's like kind of scary. But you could do that for us.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I get permission. Like it's different, guys.
You're gonna be like, oh my
guys,
god, all these
ethical,
people,
ethical stalker.
all these
like-
people have been at their houses all day. Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Like, leave your house.
No one has left their home before noon.
Yeah. Yeah, I just start shitting on y'all, like, oh,
We deserve it.
low-key loser vibes. Like, guys, like, actually, like,
High key.
I just, like, commentary on y'all's lives, too. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Well, yeah, I have to say, like, I just wanted to shout out my favorites from y'all because I, like, remember, like, listening to smooth jazz on the way to Louisville. And I was like, because I had to fix my computer that I got like a week earlier, and then I spilled water on it.
No.
I was like, all RP, but I'm like, oh my gosh, like smooth jazz is so good. I'm like, that's like a basic of me, because I know that's like, is that like y'all's most popular ? Because I
It's our
think like
top played song on Spotify.
top played song, yeah.
It's like that and
It's kind of been overtaken by texting and driving. And
American Cowboy is
American
pretty big
Cowboy is
right now.
coming up behind it. But yeah, that's like our OG top song.
it's like
Yeah.
those three and then Pretty Boy, I feel
Yeah,
like.
Pretty Boy's a
Really?
fave, yeah.
Wait, what about Dog Made Me Do It? Because that's my other favorite.
It's
I
up
love
there.
that one too.
Yeah,
No,
it's one of my
literally,
favorites.
because I had like I had a phase of y'all like in spring quarter. Like I remember like my apartment. I just like I'm glazing session. Like like I just like but I love y'all's sound, and like it's also like I was wondering if there's like, I guess it's kind of spoken word too a little bit. Question mark.
Conversational, maybe?
Conversational, yeah. And I was wondering if there's any bands that inspired you in that way, because I don't know, like it's not necessarily spoken word, but like I know, like for example, like Dry Cleaning, or like if you guys know them, and like
Wet Leg.
Wet Leg, yeah. I didn't
Jay
know if
showed
there's
me
like
Wet
any
Leg.
inspirations, and also inspirations that aren't music.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say, like, for me, just as someone who's not a classically trained singer, and like growing up, I just didn't think of myself as a singer, even though I do like to sing, and you know, now I do it a lot. For Guppy.
So real.
I
So
grew up
true.
in like a more musical family though, and like my sister and my mom both did like musical theater, so that's what I thought of as singing, and I don't have that kind of voice. So I think in starting a band, one, I wrote music that works for my range and like the kind of voice I have, which is a little more like I don't know, like raspy or like nasally.
Yeah.
And then I feel like like talk singing or like more conversational just kind of fit into that.
I see.
Yeah, but also I do like take a lot of inspiration from like Jonathan Richman or like the Talking Heads.
Yes,
Yeah, like
absolutely.
bands that kind of go into more of that cadence. I think it helps with the drama.
Ooh,
Either
okay,
you can be like really dramatic and talk like la 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 la.
So true. It's an urban set.
Like The Sims. It would be new. Or you could talk and be like super casual about it, and be like, you know, so like it kind of gives you more range.
No, that's so interesting though. Like being so serious. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, wow.
I feel like seeing the band from outside, like the bands that y'all were playing with when you started too, I feel like maybe an inspiration, but just like sharing inspirations with each other, like Cheek Face, Illuminati Hotties, like.
Totally. Yeah, they like, especially Sarah of Illuminati Hotties, who produced Something Is Happening and Big Man Says Slappy Doo.
Wow.
She does a lot of like fun cartoony voices. In
Yeah,
her
a lot of
music
voice
that,
play.
Yeah, definitely inspires.
Yeah, I think
me.
a big thing like when we started playing is I mean, there's always boring bands, you know, but I feel like we were not playing it with a ton of boring bands. Like we played shows with a lot of bands that felt like they were bringing something different, or like were bringing a different energy or a lot of energy on stage, and you know, with the songs they were writing. And I feel like there definitely was, even if it wasn't direct, you know, like, oh, we like this, let's do something like it. I think there's that thing of being like unspoken competition in a way, not that it's like bad competition, but just like this thing of like, I want to be putting on fun shows. I want to be writing songs that like are making people stop and be like, wait, what did they just say? Having moments like that. And I think we were around a lot of bands that definitely did that when we came out here at first.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you guys take inspiration from stuff that's not music? Like other than like your daily lives? Even if it's just like, wow, like this trinket on my desk, like I'm gonna write a song about it.
Yeah, like I mean, I love visual art.
Yes.
Yeah, like I went to the Met for my birthday, and just like
Wait,
it
I
was the
love
first time I
that.
went to a museum by myself.
Yeah.
But I definitely think like going to the museum, for me at least, like it brings a lot of musical stuff. Like when we were just working on some stuff this past weekend, actually, we were just in the studio a little bit, and so I definitely, like the day I went to the Met, I came home and wrote some of the, like worked on some of the bass lines for this stuff, like that was like the first time I really touched it, just because it kind of like frees the mind a little bit.
Wow.
Totally. Yeah, and I'll say I like poetry and like philosophy, and I'm a therapist and studied psychology, so honestly a lot of stuff that's just like reading about the human mind or the human condition always inspires me, because it just makes me introspective about myself and think about poetic ways to synthesize that.
I think we all like reading a lot.
We've recently become more of a book band.
Yeah.
Oh, do you guys have a little book club?
Well, Ian and I just finished both separately Left
Coincidentally.
Hand of Darkness by Ursula K. Le Guin, and I think we both really enjoyed it. But it was completely random that we were both reading that book.
I would also like to shout out Lathe of Heaven.
Ursula K. Le Guin, another fantastic
Okay, readers.
novel.
You guys need to start a Goodreads.
Ooh.
I do have a
Goodreads
Goodreads
era.
I don't have a Goodreads. I have there's like another app, but I got it specifically because I was like,
Is there a
fuck,
non-Amazon Goodreads?
I don't want anyone to see what I'm reading.
Yeah. Redacted, yeah.
I feel like you guys have like good answers. I was like, oh yeah, my answer for what inspires me the most non-musically is going for a walk or seeing a train.
No,
No,
but like
that's
that's
huge.
that's a
That's
good answer
amazing.
because low-key same. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, honestly, one of my biggest like non-musical inspirations is seeing a train go by. I'm just like, wow, that's a train.
trains
Oh,
when they
yeah.
go choo-choo, like,
I'm like, okay,
oh my god.
Chugga.
Yeah.
I go
so
across
real.
the bridge for that. For like, that's why I love living near the bridge in New York, because it's like I literally go for a walk for the same reason. Like, I'll just go hit it and go no headphones. You do the no headphone walk.
You raw
Obviously.
dog
You're
it.
hitting
Yeah.
the
Yep.
Yeah.
hitting the walk raw.
Oh
Yeah,
you
exactly,
gotta
raw
walk
dogging
the
it,
walk.
yeah.
Like, you gotta at least every other walk pop out the headphones. Go just earth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go
mode.
earth mode.
Touch grass, yeah. No, I'm like, yeah, same wavelengths, especially you two. Like, this psychology is so interesting, and I take a lot of inspiration from that, so I totally understand. But yeah, even taking a walk, like, me and gang does that, like, all my, like, little humanities majors and stuff like that. And, like, there has to be some science behind it that it just, like, that, like, stimulates your brain or something, that it just, like, random things will pop up in your head, and you'd be like, what the fuck? Like, that's crazy.
I feel like a lot of Guppy stuff is there's like a stream of consciousness
Yes,
that we tap
yes.
into, and I like when we're together we just activate each other. I think that's a huge inspiration for us. It's just like improving off of each other a little bit, for lack of a better term.
No, yeah.
Just energy in general.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's key to collaborating with anybody is matching.
Yeah,
Vibe
vibe
check.
check,
Yeah,
vibe
vibe
check.
Yeah. We like, I mean, in one of our, the song Nature Song off Something Is Happening, Jay, like, we were on tour and Jay wanted to write a song about nature, and they just saw what each of us was doing in this house that we were staying, and just wrote these beautiful lyrics about it. And I think we all felt really seen. I definitely felt really seen by that.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, that was like literally inspired by us being like, let's go on a little walk in nature. And then I wrote a poem when we made it to the top of the peak. And then we came back and Kabir and Marc were playing piano together. And then I just was like, oh, I can hear how this poem is like a melody to
Like
the tune
weave
you're
in.
playing. Yeah.
Wow. Musicians are so cool.
I do think like a lot of our songwriting ends up being kind of spontaneous like that. Like also with Candied Pecans was like Kabir and Jay came over and we literally were eating candied pecans and they just whipped it out like that.
Really?
They did what?
Yeah, they whipped it out. They whipped it out right in front of me.
We whipped
You're
out
a
our
pervert.
riffs.
Readers,
Okay,
it is
okay.
a guitar.
But yeah, I mean, like one of my favorite musicians, the tallest man on earth, he has one of my favorite quotes. He just, if you're uninspired, just go look at a tree
Yeah.
and just like write about a tree, because it's just like there's something there.
Yeah, just seeing life.
You know, yeah, exactly.
Life is so wild that it exists, and I feel like that's a huge inspo for me.
Big fan of trees in Guppy. Big tree band.
Yeah.
We are a tree band.
Big
Yeah.
Tree City.
No, sorry. I'm just thinking of another meme too. You keep triggering them for me, but it's like the LeBron James like life is good. Like
Oh, I can't believe this is
yeah,
my life.
I posted on my close friends like me when I bond my finals, or like me when I have to retake my finals. Like, can't believe this is my life. Like
my God.
anyway, sorry.
It's very Ian core to that meme specifically. I think
Yeah.
of Ian.
Oh, that's so cute. Would you guys consider becoming a meme page? I know like one band that does that.
Oh. We've all kind of been trying to log off a bit more, I feel.
Oh, really?
But
Oh, damn.
we're all
Not
good at
fun to
memes.
think.
I mean, Ian is very good at memes.
Oh.
Me?
Yeah.
Ian
Thank
had a
you.
Tumblr in high school that was
No, that kinda
very
checks
well
out.
kept. Yeah.
Graphic design is Ian's passion.
Dude, I feel I've logged off so much.
we
this
get
year.
sent a lot of reels.
Really?
Oh, that really shows our age.
Yeah. No,
I'm
that's
sending,
not just a
I'm
millennial
sending
thing.
Instagram reels like a madman.
Like a 30-year-old man.
No, everyone needs that. Everyone needs that in their gang, honestly. I have some friends that are like that, and it's like lots of love. It's sometimes overstimulating, but like lots of love. It's
Real.
like, honestly, that's like a love language in itself. So I think that's beautiful. I think it's beautiful, honestly. So.
I'm just always thinking of you guys.
Yeah, literally.
Constantly.
I think that's such a nice note. Like, oh, this made me think of you. And it could be like some like gay shit or something, but like it's like so cute.
It usually is.
Yeah. Yes.
It's just two guys kissing.
Real.
A lot of yeah.
Well, to jump off of that, I was wondering, like, have you guys felt a moment where it's like, oh, we made it, like, this is it, or just like not like necessarily like your peak, 'cause I don't think you guys reached your peak yet, but yeah, it'd be like, I don't know if it'd be like the Anthony Fantano New York Times thing, or like something else, or like something in like an audience like singing your song, and you're like, whoa, like.
I feel
For
like
me, it was when we played Lomelda Hall. That's what it's called, right?
What?
Natalia Hall?
Oh, why did I say Lomelda?
That's an
Anyways,
that's an
Did you make
artist.
that up?
Lamelda.
we played a
that's
fake
literally a
venue.
singer songwriter.
when we played Talia Hall in Chicago, because
Yes.
it's a sick venue.
Yes.
There's a sound engineer for the stage and the crowd.
Oh yeah.
And they gave us free socks.
Oh yeah, I still have those
Free
socks.
socks.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
dead.
merch.
They're super
And we
warm.
got to order anything off the menu to the dressing room or like the green room that we were in, and I think we ordered like oysters or like mussels or
we
something.
did. We got a half dozen oysters.
Like individual dressing room, which was really
Yeah, there were
clutch.
3 bands, and each band had their own dressing room.
Whoa.
That was crazy.
Yeah, and we ordered the food before our set, and then got back to our green room, and the food was there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
So-
like a moment where you're like, we literally went from playing in our garage and like deciding if we could afford to go to Shake Shack or to like now getting free dinner at this sick ass venue with
yeah.
like the biggest carpet I've ever seen in my life on stage.
So yeah, that was cool. But also, I feel like it's funny because that wasn't like the most well-attended show we've ever played. It was just like at a very well-run venue.
Yeah,
And that was like, oh,
yeah.
this is legit. We're professionals.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Felt like respect.
And having moments of like, when we played El Cid in May, that was May, right? Or was
Yeah.
it June?
It was
That was
May.
May, at the end of May. It was like we had a whole crowd line dancing to American Cowboy.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
yeah,
was
and like
really a
people
highlight.
singing our lyrics back to us. So that
Yeah.
also felt
Shout out
Yes.
Alex for
That was
making the
really
line
cool.
dance happen.
Yeah, shout out.
I feel like literally every single time I like talk to someone at a show that I don't personally know, I'm just like, that's crazy that you've heard this band that I play in. And I feel like literally every single one of those interactions, I'm like, that blows my mind.
Yeah, at the merch table, I feel like there's always an interaction or two, which we like. I mean, we take turns at the merch table, so usually we'll like bring these interactions to the rest of the group and be
Yeah.
like, "This was so cool." They like know us from this, or
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and like I mean that's obviously how we're here, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, you know, and I think that stuff is really cool. I think for me like when we play Boston, it's always really special for me. Growing up in Massachusetts.
Oh,
and,
I see.
You know, like my guitar teacher always comes and stuff, and just like it's not like we're like playing the Garden or anything like that, but it's like just to be able to like this is a thing I've always wanted to do. It's always what I've
Yeah.
loved doing, and to be able to bring it back to my hometown and like the people who helped me get here. That's always like that always feels like I'm doing something for
Yeah,
sure, and
that's
like we're doing something.
No, for sure. It's like such a full circle moment. I love full circle moments.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like that's like just an amazing probably feeling to have.
Oh my god, yeah, when we were in Massachusetts, we needed a practice space, and we like played at the rock school where Marc learned how to play guitar when he was like 12 years old, and that was our practice.
Literally, where my first band wrote our first song. That was the room we practiced, or the building we practiced in.
really special.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my gosh. That was so beautiful to me. So we're kind of going closer to the hour, and I want to respect time. So I have one last question for y'all. This is for a different publication, but this is UCLA Radio, and I was wondering if you guys had a show here. Everyone who has a show on air has a DJ name, and I was wondering what y'all's individual DJ names would be.
Ugh.
This is so hard.
No, take your time. Take your time. I can give examples too if you need be.
What was yours again? It made me
Wait.
laugh.
Take out
DJ
the name
Adderall
list.
Spritz.
Oh, okay.
Oh my
So
god!
explain.
Okay. So we have this list.
Wait, this is perfect.
We have this list
Y'all are cooking.
of hold on.
We have a,
So these are names that have either been found or invented. We have a list of 290 names.
It's
that
been
we
kinda
running.
scared.
that we've had running.
We won't read them all.
Yeah, we're not gonna read them all.
What?
But what we're gonna do for our DJ names is everyone pick a number 1 through 290, and we'll get DJ names off that.
Oh my gosh,
who's-
I'm so excited
who's starting?
actually.
I'll take 136.
136. Mark, your DJ name this evening is Candido Jacuzzi.
DJ Candido Jacuzzi at your
Yes.
service.
Wiki wiki. Yeah.
Ian, I'll go 194.
All right, Kabir, your DJ name is Shell Kettleman.
DJ Shell Kettleman.
Whoa, that was
Shell.
Shell Kettleman coming
Shell
at you
Kettleman.
live from the beachfront.
All right, give me 212.
212. Jason Velveeta.
DJ Jason Velveeta.
And I'm going 111.
Whoa.
DJ Prost Leadblack. that's a name that I found.
Gross.
That's a real name that I found.
Shout out
Leadbat.
Prost Leadbat.
In the booth.
Yeah.
Wow.
Chloe, you want one?
Give us a number.
Oh god. 36.
Okay, we're going vintage name.
Yeah, vintage name.
Daryl Stamps.
Daryl Stamps.
yes.
DJ Daryl Stamps
DJ
in the morning.
DJ Daryl Stamps is hot. That's
Daryl
awesome.
Stamp. Notarized.
DJ notarized inside. DJ Daryl Stamps.
Oh my gosh, this is so fun. Well, thank you so much for tuning in on or coming on air. We're gonna play a little bit of some of your songs because we didn't get to do that earlier. Some ones that we've been yapping about. So this one is American Cowboy. Is there anything you want to say about it before we play it?
Sing it in your car and with your friends and with your people you love.
Aw.
That's good.
Okay, beautiful. This is American Cowboy, and after that, we'll be Texting and Driving, both by Guppy. Have a good day. Bye, y'all.
Peace.
Standing in front of an open fridge, trying just to keep my chill. Putting my hands in my roommate's yogurt for something I can actually feel. My hands are feeling sticky, but I've got no regrets. 'Cause all my thoughts and actions are the fucking best. I'm an American cowboy, and my stomach hurts like shit. I'm gonna find out what you love, and I'm gonna demolish it. Flinging away all of my inconvenient feelings for something a little less real. I'm gonna lay out in the sun till I cook like bacon and the skin on my back begins to peel. Somehow I'm still alive despite near misses. I showed up to the gunfight, all I brought was kisses. So if you wanna cross me, babe, then you're the one to blame. I'll take this little moment just to have my one refrain. Yeah, you better think twice if you're thinking that we're the same. 'Cause I'm an American cowboy, and my stomach hurts like shit. I'm gonna find out what you love, and I'm gonna demolish it. I'm an American cowboy, and my stomach hurts like shit. I tried so hard to love you, but I couldn't get into it. Felt like chewing on a cherry pit. Felt like I'm about to lose my shit. Slurping up somebody else's spit. Thinking maybe that I liked it. Felt like choking on a lemon seed. Forgetting all my earthly wants and needs. Begging at someone on hands and knees. But there's still a cowboy in me. But there's still a cowboy in me. But there's still a cowboy in me, in me. driving and texting. Texting and driving and driving and texting. Sitting in my parked car crying. I'd rather be texting and driving. Texting and driving and driving and texting. I'll be arriving while driving while texting. Why would they let a bitch like me operate heavy machinery? Don't know. Coney, it's me, I got him. I made a trade for Osama bin Laden. Mission accomplished, cause America's awesome. They wrote the scripture and I'm just their golem. And I chose to believe them. Okay, I chose to believe them. Yeah, I chose to believe them. To believe them, to believe them, to believe them, to believe them. Driving and driving and texting. Texting and driving and driving and texting. Sitting in my parked car crying. I'd rather be texting and driving. Nice to meet you, enchanté. I'm texting you with my ETA. Me and your mom have friendship bracelets. Texting your dad a curated playlist. Texting God in my head, also known as praying. Now I'm playing dead, also known as laying. Let's go! When I die, take my texts and delete them. When I die, take my texts